Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another segment of Karodh Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We have a relatively short passage, the 155th Sabad in Asa Mahalla Panjama, composition of the 5th Nanak Guru Arjan, and the recitation. Asa Mahalla Panjama, Kaam Karodh Lobh Tiag, मन सिमर गोबिंद नाम हर भजन सफल काम रहाओ तज मान मोह बेकार मिथ्या जप राम 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 मन संतना के चरण लाग प्रभ गोपाल दीन दयाल पतित पावन पार ब्रह्म हरि चरण सिमर जाग कर भगत नानक पूरन पाग प्रभ गोपाल दीन दयाल पतित पावन पार ब्रह्म हर चरण सिमर जाग करि भगत नानक पूरन पाग. So the rahau in this relatively short passage is Hari Bhajan Safal Kaam. The token of success in life is Hari Bhajan. So let us examine this in a little more detail. The first verse reads, Kaam Karodh Lobh Tiag. Kaam, lust, greed, desire, if you will. Karodh, anger, frustration. And Lobh is greed. Kaam is desire. Kaam, Karodh, Lobh. It's mentioned three tendencies that go together. Tiag. Shun them. Instead, Manasamar Govindhanam, within the mind, mindfully cultivate the virtues of the Govind self. And we'll see what Govind refers to. So the instruction to us is that you are innately filled with lust, anger, and greed because the ego is given to you as a default. You carry it, and it is filled with lust, anger, and greed. The same energy has to be transformed mindfully into virtues, into qualities, because the energy is the same. It depends on how you choose to express it. Whether you want to express it as lust, anger, and greed, which are hallmarks of the ego, or whether you wish to express yourself with contentment, with balance, with all of the cardinal virtues, with honesty. So it is a choice that has to be made, and the individual has to make that choice. But the Guru cautions us. He says, look, Har Bhajan, devotion to the Har, which is another way of saying devotion to wisdom or assimilating wisdom, Safal Kaam, is the basis of all success. So if you wish success and accomplishment in life, then wear the prism of Har Bhajan or the self. We'll see what that means in a moment. And then, Taj, renounce. Man moho vikar mithya. Renounce pride, attachment. Because the world of the senses is defective. Vikar mithya. Vikar means one that changes, is not steady, and therefore defective. Cannot be relied on. And that is the world of the senses. Instead, he says, Jap, Ram, Ram, Ram. Now, this has many implications here. Jap can mean something as simple as uttering. You could associate that with Gurbani Ucharan, if you will, because we utter the words. The Guru is saying, utter Ram, contemplate on Ram, and then realize Ram, 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 Ram. Go through this process to realize the transcendent Ram. Ram now again is an abstraction. It is an essence that we all carry within ourselves, and we've given it a name. Gurbani has given it a name, Ram. We need to shape this essence through the cultivation of virtue. And to do that, the next line says, Man santana ke charan lag. Submit the mind to the teachings of truth exemplars, of those who have traversed this path. Because this is Guru Panth, this is a Panth, a way. What a Panth implies is that there is a founder, Guru Nanak in this case, and it is a way that we all have to tread individually. So, Man santana ke charana lag, submit the mind to those who are on this path or have realized this path. And the Guru assures us, he says that the essence that you wish to shape is the Prabh, the Gopal, Deen Dayal, it is Patit, it is Pavan, it is Parvaram. So all of these qualities are transcendent. Prabh is wisdom, Gopal is protective, sustainer, Deen Dayal, compassionate, pure, Patit Pavan. In other words, purity means not impacted by the impediments of impurity. And impurity here stands for the ego. Not impacted by the material world. It's a reflection. It's like light. You can't touch it. Har charan simar jaar. So reflect on the teachings of Guru wisdom and embrace the transcendent. In other words, when you transcend something, you go beyond it. So you have to transcend the ego. Go beyond the ego. Break through your limitations. Kar Bhagat, Nanak Puran Pag. Kar Bhagat. In bhakti, in devotion, in submission, Nanak says, Puran Pag is the greatest fortune. So when you submit to this wisdom, make this wisdom the lens through which to see and negotiate with the world, then success is assured. So you see, the words Har, Prabh, Gobind, Gopal are all metaphors for the self. They're attributive names that we've given to what is unnameable, essentially, because it is essence. It is what creates, what animates us. It's the spirit. It cannot be named. Therefore, it is simply called Naam. And these are metaphors that we have given it, attributive names. What the Guru is saying is that the key to success is devotion to the self, which is another way of saying that you need to develop your perspective, because your perspective determines your reality. The choices you make, the worldview that you carry, essentially governs how you act. So we talked about being in a default state, that is to say, we live in ego consciousness. That is our normal state. That state is self-centered. It cannot see beyond its own narrow selfish interests. It's driven by greed, self-conceit, and attachment. And we know that Gurmat assures us that these tendencies are destructive and disruptive, and they work against hukam. So therefore, the Guru says, first of all, shun these tendencies. Kaam Karodh Lobh Tiag. and the Guru will tell us how to do it. Opposed to this is the idea that Gurbani is also reminding us that we are co-creators with Hukam. We have to act in harmony with the Hukam. Indeed, we are the conduit through which Hukam wishes to evolve. But for that to happen, we have to transform the lens through which we see to become Gobind-like. We have to kind of expand our consciousness. We have to cultivate virtue, wisdom, to expand our ego perspective so that we acquire a universal perspective, which we call Hukam. Man Simar Gobind Naam. And the only way, according to Garmat, is submission to the wisdom of the Guru. Man Santan. So Gobind, by the way, also means the protector of the earth. So because this is an attributive name, there is a takeaway for us. When we become Gobind-like, we have to remember that we are now protectors of the earth, or we are environmentally conscious. So that is one key takeaway from this passage. Work to protect the environment. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.